we are now going to find out KT Rolster's last player for today. The two likely candidates, TY and Flash. Two other players that could rely on.
It could be, but I definitely think it's one of those two Terrans. It's got to be on Coda. And it's gonna be Flash.
Whoa! I have just been on. I have been correct all day today.
You are a god
I
today,
just know
Wolf.
KT Rolster coach so well. I've commentated his matches in the playoffs for several years now, and I know that he likes to field Flash last.
They got a lot of faith in this guy, and I don't know, man. He's up against Maru. It's on a bit of a trickier map to go for mech on, I'd have to say, than Bonnie Research, for instance, or Deadwing.
I also personally feel that Flash's worst matchup is the TVT matchup.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a gamble, this one, more than any other. I'd say this is a bigger gamble than putting stats on Bonnie Research.
Couldn't agree more. Again, even though I predicted Flash here, I would not have done it myself. It's the KT Rolster's coach I'm really predicting for it. Maru has not dropped a map this season in Terran versus Terran. He has an insane amount of momentum right now. For Maru, no doubt in his mind, Flash is a has-been, and he is an is-been, man. He is been, man. He is been. That English.
He is been, and he will continue to be.
He is the top Terran in Starcraft 2. And look at this legend at this point that he's beaten time and time again in the past.
He is been, and he is will.
He is will.
Just keep making up words, man. That's what I do every cast.
Well, that's what I've been doing in Moonblade today, and we'll see. Can Flash bring us to that final match, that ace match, or is Maru going to get the reverse all-kill 4-0? 4 games in a row, doing what SOS could not do today, but did do yesterday.
Wouldn't that be great momentum for Jinek going into those finals as well? Getting 2 all-kills, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a minute to go on the fan vote. Flash always needs his extra time. In fact, the fact that we had a 10-minute break might have been indicative that Flash would have been our final player.
That might have been the giveaway, yeah.
All right, spread the word about this, guys. The world's most famous RTS player, KT Flash, versus the most recent successful Terran player, the young Terran Maru, the Marine Prince, are going to duke it out in a Terran versus Terran that may decide who will face SKT in our finals on Saturday. Let's jump into the game on Coda. In the top left for KT Rolster, they call him God. He's Flash.
In the bottom right, we do have Jinair's Terran player. 3 kills so far. Can he make it a 4th? Maru.
Incredible momentum on his side right now. Our very famous handwriting is saying he's cheering for Flash.
Wow.
Okay. I'm really curious to see the fan vote, because often fans vote for their hearts and not for what they think is going to happen. 65% for Flash.
That's definitely
a
fan vote.
We're going to see a proxy Moonblade.
We are. What a great choice for Maru. You know, time to mix things up. He hasn't shown any of this kind of aggression so far today. Why not do it against Flash? Someone who is so likely to go for a grittier kind of build. He has actually been going for gas first a lot recently too.
Yeah. Just in general in Terran versus Terran in Korea, almost everyone is. And it looks like we're actually going to see one SCV proxy, 1 barracks proxy. Flash does do the safer build though. Now, will we see Reapers? Will we see Marauders?
Looks like it'll be a Reaper from Flash, judging by that build. As for Maru though, that's going to be a tough one. I'd love to see Marauders.
I just want to say that guy spent... he's predicted now several times. He spent 701 on his predictions. He showed his predictions, his text that he did. Oh, wow. He's been wrong, it looks like, many of the times. He voted for SOS first. But yeah, let's see what sort of proxy this is going to turn out to be. Flash has, you know, at this point, now taking his gas.
Taking his gas. Looking like it will be a Reaper.
Yeah, I mean, we almost never see Marauder proxies anymore. We saw Maru do that recently. It failed, but then he still won after he transitioned.
Well, this
it is going to be Marauder.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Is he going to add a second barracks?
Now, that would be amazing. He could.
You know, I wouldn't blame him for it.
He wants to just get this job done, go home, take out a greedy player like Flash. He's got that Reaper. This could line up real well if the Reaper leaves the base, but it looks like it's going to actually scout for a proxy. Judging by where that barracks rally is pointed.
Now, a Marauder will beat a Reaper straight up. However, if the Reaper can escape for long enough and get its combat awareness or combat drugs to regenerate its hit points briefly, then come back into the fight, we'll eventually be able to hold this off. Concussive shells are on the way, and the Marauder is scouted.
Oh, boy.
But let's see how well Flash responds. Instantly cancels his CC, is going to need bunkers. Probably going to need more than just that first one on the high ground. Maybe want to make a second one in the main. SCV is coming down to try to surround this.
Yeah, looking for the big surround here. He's got to be so careful with his Marauder micro. He's going to wait for that second one to come out. It looks like he's actually kind of zoned him out in an awkward place. He's going to get that SCV.
Yeah, gets the SCV, but going to lose an SCV for it. But it buys him, again, time, which is the most essential. If he can get a Marine or two in a bunker on the high ground, it's going to be difficult for Maru to break this. Concussive Shell's now finished. Going to make it a lot easier to micro against these SCVs.
Actually, it looks like he might have just given it up and canceled that concussive.
Yeah, actually, it looks like you're right. Those units were not getting slowed.
I think he realized that it wasn't going to do the damage he desired, so he's going to focus on the SCVs instead.
Oh.
And, oh my goodness.
Reaper gets surrounded, but meanwhile, so does the Marauder.
Well, I think the Marauder can get surrounded, but that Reaper should never have gotten surrounded, not by SCVs. That could have done so much damage.
Certainly right, and the Marauder even got miscontrolled there at the last second as well, so a lot of different player decisions going on here. He decides to micro his SCVs rather than paying attention to the Marauder. It goes down. We now have a very quick starport coming up here for Flash, which is something that Maru will have to respond to with his own.
Yeah, there's going to be Hellions coming out from that factory as well for Maru. And he made one extra Marauder. Looks like he's going to be scouting with this Rax.
Yeah, he's going to see if he can find like a Flash maybe accidentally made a depot on the wall or something he can pick off, but
and the end of all things, you know, Maru did get about 5 SCVs, and he's currently up 6 SCVs right now, 23-17. So he's got a pretty impressive lead.
Yeah. Starport now finished for Maru. It's going to be a Hellion drop by the looks of things for Flash, probably with Marines coming together, perhaps even bringing the Widowmine as well.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those 6 Marine and a Widowmine sort of drops.
Yeah, with Hellions coming to the natural.
Yeah. Let's see if Maru's going to be ready for it. He's making a Viking, and he's got a couple of Hellions already. And one Marauder.
All right, barracks will burn down here. I'll go and check again to see if a CC is being placed. Very important for him to know. I don't think he actually caught the tail end of that medevac that's coming over. But we'll see the CC, which is important for him to know. The Viking here is very helpful in the defense, as well as those 4 Hellions. Going to need to get good lineups on the Marines. Oh, is he going to be close? Will he finish that CC?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's going to be just at the end there. And that's like 99.9% done.
Yeah. 33 hit points left on it. Here we go. Widowmine's being dropped. The Marine's being dropped split here. But a good target on that Widowmine.
Very nice. Such an important hit there.
The Viking as well, doing a ton of damage to this medevac.
Already on 70 HP. A few more shots will do the trick.
Should be able to deny it with the second Viking over here. He can just focus it down.
It's going to change everything.
That means these units will not be able to retreat. Vikings land.
Oh, I like this.
I like this a lot. The Marauders here as well. And Flash gets totally shut down.
That CC didn't get delayed any further as well. So it's going to have Orbital up in a second. And Maru looking in fantastic shape right now.
He has air control, and he's going into Cloak Banshees as a follow-up here.
Air control, economic lead. He's going to be applying the pressure on the map. Maru's behind in, Flash is behind in every single way right now.
We're now going to land a Viking here for safety. Does return to the air, but that might be a mistake because he's running into the 2 Vikings of Maru.
Oh.
Bring it down to 13 hit points. Oh, he's going for the kill.
He's looking for a good engage here. Then Marauder's going to take a lot of hits from these Marines and Hellions.
Going to eliminate that last Viking, kill the Marine, then lift up most likely. Actually trying to walk out here.
Ooh.
Maybe stayed a bit too long, but still, the trades here are good for Maru.
It's good,
Puts
man.
him in a huge lead economically.
Yeah. If he can get rid of the air, the anti-air, this Cloak Banshee is just going to run amok.
Such incredible control here from Maru. Look at this. The baiting is real.
It's not going to be enough with these Hellions there.
But if he could kill that last Viking, his Banshee could have done so much more damage.
The Banshee just kills everything. Like we've seen Maru Banshees before do a lot of work.
Look at that scan too. No turrets, Moonglade.
No turrets. He's got to wait for Cloak though. It's moments away from finishing.
And this is a big problem. Does he have scans? That's the question.
Currently not in his natural.
Doesn't look at his
not
main
in his
either.
main either, man.
Oh wow, this timing does not work out well for Flash. 31 energy on this orbital, a long way away from a scan.
Oh, he's going to go to the tank, I think.
Smart choice.
Big kill here. 3 Hellions on the ground.
If he kills the tank, those Hellions can get into the main and do even more damage. He even has to land a Viking here. Smart choice by Flash, but when he lands it, it gets targeted by the Banshee. Trying to block with this one. And the Hellions get in.
2 Hellions get in.
He's just killing the Viking. There's the first scan. Meanwhile, more SCVs being taken out by these Hellions.
Oh, this is way too much damage. These Hellions just lining him up now, and there's 2 more in the natural.
Another Banshee comes in, and this might be the nail in the coffin that ends things.
Second scan. It's not going to kill the Banshee, though.
Nope. Should escape easily. The Hellions as well start to escape here, and Maru nearly doubles Flash's supply at this point.
This is a disaster of a game for Flash, and now he's going to go for the main again. No, actually going to commit to the tank. Not a bad choice either.
Yep, gets the tank, and now he can basically do whatever he wants. And this tank is actually going to show up, and it will actually probably be enough to fight anything on the ground.
This is why you don't send out Flash against Maru, ever.
It's a bad strategical choice, in my opinion, as well. And KT are going to lose for it. They are going to lose here in the semifinals. A good run this round. Here comes the last SCV pull against 5 Hellions. It's not going to be enough. The SCVs fall like flies. Banshee cloaks here again. Flash takes his hands off the keyboard.
Oh, the tank nearly survived.
Not going to survive here in the end, though. GG! Jin Air will go to the finals against SKT.
Really solid game from Maru, just looking unstoppable. And that last game, Flash just fell to bits so early on.
He shut it down. He had a bunker at the top of the ramp.
He had a bunker.
He overcommitted to his counterattack and then did not have anything to defend.
He lost his Reaper to SCVs. An unforgivable mistake for any Terran player.
That's a game-winning move when your opponent has no barracks at home and you have a Reaper there.
You can stay there forever. You can stay there forever until that factory maybe finishes after 10 SCVs have lost their lives to finish it. That is unbelievable.
That's going to cost them their tournament life here for round 3 at least. Very important for KT to secure a few more points going into round 4, of course, for a grand final. You know, when you want to be placed as high as possible to make sure you have the best seed. And that was just a very, very well-played game by Maru. Very few mistakes. And Flash, a gamble that did not pay off, much like the gamble of stats. And Maru does get an all-kill here. It's not really a technical reverse all-kill, and it's not a pure all-kill. It's a player 2 all-kill, you know?
Yeah, it's a 2-kill reversal into Maru, killing everybody. And yeah, really questionable choices where these players went out on. For instance, Barney Resuscitation having stats, and Flash coming out on Coda instead of maybe a little bit of a stronger TVT player in TY.
Turning point, I really feel, was Life's mistakes in Cactus Valley, deciding to go for an all-in on that map. Maru beat him there, and then from there, Stats seemed like a desperate move on Bonnie. Did not work out, and then Flash, possibly just a desperate move in general. Maybe TY was not ready to play under that pressure. We've seen the KT roster coach make this decision time and time again. Makes it again today, costs him the game.
I think Life probably would have been the key to stopping Maru, but he just didn't perform the way he should have. I think he's definitely, Zerg was definitely the way to go in countering him. It seems like his